Own It With Scoop podcast is about people who absolutely own their craft. And I'm here to introduce to you two special guests, two of my friends, and two people who I do business with in Scoop. If you don't know what Scoop is, by the way, Scoop is a local clothing lifestyle brand born Filipino, raised Japanese. You want to know more about Scoop? Just follow us at Scoop Community in Instagram and all the socials. Now, I want to introduce to you Nikki Simbero and Enzo Marfal. I will put all of their handles in the link in the description. And guys, please do introduce yourselves and what is it exactly that you do for yourselves and for Scoop?
Nick, first of all, thank you for having us.
Sure.
What's up, Scoop community? My name is Nikki. I'm the co-founder of Angkat PH. And this is Enzo, my partner.
Hi, I'm Enzo Marfal. So I'm a co-founder of Angkat. So we're a freight forwarding business. So we're mostly handling logistics from Southeast Asia to the Philippines.
So basically what we do is we facilitate importation and we consolidate shipments from any of our international warehouses straight to our Manila warehouse where yung mga clients namin, they can pick it up from there. So what we do is end-to-end na. We handle all the custom clearances and port fees for our clients.
Yes.
Hold on. Grabe. Can you imagine in just that amount of time, sobrang dami nilang value over there. So, in the most simplest sense, to a person that doesn't know about forwarding, importation, what is it exactly yung mabibigay nyo para sa tao na yun na doesn't know anything but really wants to learn about the most basic importation sense. At the same time, tie the services that you offer. I believe that they should also have an intro of what Angkat is.
Right.
O yun. So maybe in the layman's perspective, who can answer this question?
Enzo can answer.
Sige, so basically we came up with the name Angkat kasi it's actually a Tagalog term to lift. No? So one of our main core values is actually helping people. So really lifting yung business. No? The good thing about Angkat, yung name, is it really correlates kasi it's very Filipino. No? A lot of people actually nako-confuse sila kasi merong angkas, tapos may angkat. So, di ba? No? Pero may retention. But basically, kami, we're a forwarder, and forwarders, what we do is basically, ang ginagawa namin is we make it easier for a customer, no? Rather than, ang ginagawa kasi, pinapadala ng customer, dadaan yan dun from the supplier to certain ports pa, tapos ports sa Philippines, and then customs before you actually receive it. So, our job as a forwarder, ang ginagawa namin, you can actually just send it to our warehouse, tapos kami na yung nagbe-bridge ng gap sa middle. So, ang nangyayari is, from your supplier to you na kagad. Kami na yung nagbe-bridge sa gitna. Yun yung parang value na binibigay namin when it comes to our customers.
Might I ask, no?
Yes.
Can you define, kasi supplier yun, medyo gets na yun ng lahat yun ko eh. But what does it mean yung forwarder? Ano ba ibig sabihin?
What's the Google term for it?
Forwarder basically, we facilitate shipments.
Yes.
And we work with different freight partners. So for example, right now, yung regions na hina-handle namin, the biggest volume is China. Okay. So sa China, meron kaming freight partner for that. And then for other regions as well, like let's say Korea, Taiwan, or Hong Kong, meron din kaming freight partner for that. So for Angkat, ina-aggregate namin siya. Tapos we focus on customer service and then also working with our back-end freight partners. And then we specialize, if just to give an idea, we specialize in loose cargo shipments. So that's where we consolidate the shipments of our clients. We are in Scoop, shipments. We consolidate that into a container. And then pag napuno yung container, that's the time na pwede na siya mag-ship. Papunta ng port of destination.
Okay.
So, usually kasi, pag kunyari ikaw, single individual ka lang, tapos magpapa-import ka, tapos by law kasi, ang maximum natin is only 10,000 pesos pag wala kang import license. No? So, we provide that for our customers. We, rather than getting your own import license, we give them our license for hire. So this all goes behind the scenes. Ang ginagawa mo lang actually as a customer is papadala mo sa warehouse namin. In the total logistics kasi, tsaka yung parang shipping, medyo it's very comprehensive. Kasi if you're talking about, loose cargo, containers, tapos mga shipping vessels, mga shipping lines. If you actually go deep when it comes to the logistics of just bringing your item from another country to the Philippines, it's very comprehensive talaga. Ang lawak na. Oo. So, ang ginagawa namin talaga dyan is really, dinidemystify namin yun. We make it easier to our customer. Ang maganda kasi sa business namin is really, ang purpose talaga namin dyan is really to empower customers. To be able to do what a lot of these big companies usually do regularly. Sa amin kasi parang nakita namin dyan, if we can help support small businesses and individuals, ang nagagawa nun is yung community around that person gumaganda rin. Imagine, di ba? Parang, kunyari, ikaw, Mick, naging successful ka, di ba, sa business mo? Successful ka na pala. Hindi na pala kunyari, no? So, successful ka sa business mo, ang nangyayari kasi dyan is all the people in your community as well tumataas yung living status. Of course, syempre, yung immediate mo, yung family mo, of course, yung friends mo, kasi syempre, malilibre mo na, di ba?
Syempre, palibre mamaya. So, Starbucks na yun.
Dapat kayo ikaw malilibre. Pero, yun yung gusto namin kasi when it comes to really empowering people. We want to bring value, not just to the individual, to the businesses, but also to their communities. Kasi, nakikita talaga namin dyan na if you lift one person, yung person na yun, and everybody around that person can be lifted. And nagiging parang na yan hawa-hawa na yan diba? Like, I am inspired by Scoop and you, diba? Pag na-inspire ako, syempre na-inspire ako.
Very, very inspiring. Actually, this podcast community, I just want to address to you na wala akong nakuha na monetary value out of this. I really want to give you guys as much value as I can because that's the reason. That's one of the ways how I actually own it and why I started this podcast. Is actually to give so much value and so much stories kasi behind the scenes na gusto kong malaman nyo. Hence, the reason for our guests. And meron kang sinabi kanina na comprehensive yung actually nag-uusap tayo kanina dun pa lang sa bago tayo mag-roll, no?
Yeah.
Yung stories natin before we arrive to this point.
Yes.
And I think that's very interesting kasi ako, ang dami kong horror stories. One, pinakamabilis lang before I let you speak and let you speak, pinakamabilis lang na horror story ko was, I remember reseller kasi ako ng sapatos. I'm into streetwear. I'm wearing Dunks right now. Nagpapadala ako, nag-import ako dati. Tapos, nagpa-import ako using, di ko na sasabihin kung ano yung, basta nagpa-import ako. Tapos, itong forwarder na to, dumating ng sapatos. So, sabi ko, sobrang excited ko. Oh, okay. The shoes are here. I can finally sell it to my classmates, high school. Now, all of a sudden, I get an email. The email said, customs, you have to pick it up in customs and you have to pay for, sabi mo na yung value, 13,000 something.
Grabe.
Tapos yung halaga nung pinadala ko, mas mababa sa 6,000 pesos.
Yes.
Sabi ko, boss, paano naman to? Paano to? Syempre, nag-commit na ako dun sa
Surprise ka dun na meron ka palang babayaran kapal pick up.
Oo.
Diba?
Binayaran ko na yung shipping fee. Tapos na yun. Kasi usapan dun. Parang ako, hindi ko alam. And those are one of my horror stories. And moving on from that, ang dami ko talaga natutunan. And hey, maybe you can talk about your experience and how Angkat actually came to be with empowering people and inspiring people to give so much value in their own community.
Actually, that's a good question. Meron kaming kanya-kanyang horror stories eh. So, just to start lang, we were motivated and inspired to start Angkat. Kasi gusto namin to provide value to aspiring entrepreneurs. Whether it's small, micro, to large, or just for personal use lang. And to make it easy for them import their items. Kaya isang sinasabi namin palagi, yung slogan namin, simple and easy. Parang magpadala ka lang easy as 1, 2, 3. Diba? Yun yung namin. Kasi yun yung goal namin to make it really easier and seamless for our clients to import their items. So, anyway, my own horror story with importation is before, prior to Angkat kasi, I started selling pet supplies. I started an e-commerce business selling pet supplies. Tapos, nagdo-jump ako forwarder to forwarder. Meron akong isang forwarder, I remember, na nagpadala ako sa kanya. Tapos, sobrang sama ng communication and customer service. So, hindi ko na alam kung nasa yung items ko, yung shipments ko. May mga clients ako na waiting for that shipment. Tapos, nung dumating na dito, nalaman ko, pumunta ako ng warehouse. Sarado yung warehouse nila.
Okay.
For some reason. So, I was going back and forth for 1 week. No? Hindi ako sinasagot, tinatawagan ko yung forwarder. Walang sumasagot for some reason. But after like, let's say 2 weeks, nag-open bigla yung warehouse. So, that's the time na nakuha ko yung package ko. Yun yung horror story ko. So, after that, I was disappointed, na-bad trip ako. Of course, syempre, nawalan ako ng pera.
Alam mo, the tuition fee talaga, di ba?
Consider yung student fees. Diba? So, ayun yung nag-prompt sa akin na, why don't I start the same business offering better service? So, that's why I reached out to Enzo. He's my college buddy, and I know na nasa logistics industry na siya prior to pandemic. So that's where we started.
Hey, I sort of jumped the gun here. I forgot to tell the community exactly your background. So Enzo, what is your background again? And your background?
Yeah. So I've always been in logistics. No? First, I started in local logistics actually. It was inter-island logistics. So more on trucking talaga. But my master's is actually supply chain and logistics.
You studied master. Okay.
So that's really my background.
Master Enzo of logistics.
Supply chain and logistics.
All right. How about you, Nicky?
Ako naman, I started my career in the online gaming and service provider industry. And then after a few years, I sold my shares. Tapos, that's where I started an e-commerce business for pet supplies.
Yes.
And then fast forward to 2020. So yung pet supplies, that's where I got into importation. Doon na namulat yung mata ko sa industriya. Tapos fast forward to 2020, during the height of the pandemic, nag-decide kami ni Enzo to start Angkat. So we co-founded Angkat. And then from there, the rest is history. And then right now, I'm also a consultant for different companies and a few government agencies as well.
I see. So, napakaganda ng partnership niyo.
Yes.
And I believe, well, just giving value to the community. If you really want to grow, and which is one of my personal goals as well, I surround myself with people who know better than me. I'm always a student. I'm not a master. I don't know. I always don't want to call myself an expert in anything as much as possible. Because there are more people that know more than me. In fact, masisingit ko lang, we actually have a mentorship thing that we have done tonight. Mamayang gabi.
Mamayang gabi meron.
Ayun. So,
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too. I'm very excited about that. Nakakatuwa for me na nag-align yung mission of Angkat, which is well said by you guys. What is the mission of Angkat?
To uplift people, empower people.
Uplift and empower people, which is exactly what Own It With Scoop is all about. It's actually highlighting their craft and actually inspiring them to pursue their passion. So it's also uplifting and empowering them. And that's how you guys, I guess, own it in a
Yes.
sense with your craft.
Yes.
You see, own it is not just about owning in dance, in certain cultures, so usually when you say own it, it's owning your art, owning your dance, owning your rap, owning your any type of craft. So when you say own it, it can be applied to every industry that we have here. And yeah,
Yeah, just to add, no, nakakatawa kasi actually, I was a product of of giving and sharing. No? Ang ganda na sinabi mo yung uplift and empower kasi yun talaga yung parang gusto namin gawin. I was actually a product of giving and sharing them. So this is why yung one of really my mission is really to give that back talaga to the people. I remember when I started in corporate when after I graduated. I started corpo, I worked there for 3 years. Tapos, nag-import rin ako. Actually, nag-import nun. Nakakatawa pa nun kasi I think that was back in 2015, 16. Nag-import ko pa nun mga iPhone cases na. So, bago ako umalis ng corporate nun, I think I worked for 3-4 years pero 100,000 mga ipon ko out of that time. Imported that, yun yung una ko naging parang puhunan. Before, kung binibili ko pa nun, naalala ko, mga electric fan sa Divisoria kasi nire-resell ko dati.
ayun.
So, nasama ko kay nanay ko kasi nanay ko alam mo talaga yung kung saan bumibili ng mga parang kung ano. And eventually, I tapped into that. Nag-import na ako ng mga iPhone cases. Once, twice, pumasok. And then eventually, nag-import ko rin. So, yun yung parang naging burden ko rin. Kasi isipin mo, ito na yung parang all-in ka na yun. Nag-resign ka na. Masok ka na sa business. Tapos, all of a sudden, just because back then naman sabihin natin, lesson, tuition fee, nawala lahat yun. Nag-zero ulit ako back to start ulit. And the reason that I say I was a product of sharing and giving kasi back then, there were actually a lot of people who helped me and guided me and understand me. Yung kanina sabi mo, may karoon ka ng parang mentors and you're not smart as a girl. Ako rin gano'n. So, from that sharing and giving to where I am right now, ito yung parang gusto namin ibigay rin sa tao. Kasi, compound nag-expound yung sharing and giving. I remember there was even a time, ito lang medyo mag-tangent.
Wala.
I remember when I joined Rotary. Ito ka, I remember back then, wala ako. Kasi, isipin mo, masali ka dito sa big organization ako, non-profit, pero as in, wala ako. And I remember these people trusted and actually naniwala sa akin. Really believe me. And that was part of the gift that they actually gave me. Yung trust and yung belief na kung nakatanto, kaya mag-lead ng club. And so when I was in that position, na-realize ko talaga yung value ng giving that empowerment and the trust to the person. Kaya when we started that, sabi ko, one of our core business models should always be empowering and sharing that gift of allowing the other person to be better. No? Kasi kung hindi ako in-trust, hindi sila naniwala sa akin from that point, I wouldn't be where I am.
Tama.
And ito yung gusto namin ibigay sa mga customers actually namin. Kasi,
Sorry, go ahead. Just to add, we can relate to our clients. Kasi before we started ang aspiring entrepreneurs yun.
yes.
And then, until now, we're still an aspiring entrepreneur. Hindi, ikaw alam mo yan, school. I mean, you're successful. Tapos, it's a never-ending learning process.
Never end. Yeah.
Diba? So, you never, if nilagay mo ng limit yung sarili mo na you know everything, that's a time na you stop learning.
Yes.
And doon ka na mag-decline.
Yes.
So parang kami ni Enzo, we really open our minds kung ano ba, what's next. How do we serve our clients better?
Yes.
Kasi we feel na we're still in the early stages.
Yes.
And what we want to provide value din to our clients is we want to help you. We're here. We can relate to. So we will do our best to provide the best service for you. Because we know the struggles and the challenges of running a business.
Yes. Yes. Alam mo, gusto ko lang rin mag-add. Ang ganda ng usapan eh. Every time I wake up, I honestly feel community that it's absolutely day one. Every time I wake up, I'm not always as motivated, but I am absolutely excited about the day. Especially that I get to be with these kinds of people that I surround myself with. And business is absolutely a never-ending journey. And once you, for example, if we put it in a numerical sense, once you stagnate in your revenue, that's an actual sign that you're absolutely going to decline. And so it's always not exactly, you're not growing. And you always have to grow and grow. And sa nagagaling yun, it always has to come from ourselves first. And that's another topic for another video, diba?
4 AM workouts ba yan?
Oo.
Yan ata yung 4 AM
The 4 AM workouts, 7 PM sleeping.
Nasama ata ako dun sa mga 4 AM workouts.
Sumama si Enzo nag-workout ko mga 4 AM.
Pagkatapos, medyo hindi pa ako naka-adjust. Natulog kagad ako. Pero that was an experience itself.
Hey, gawin ulit natin yan.
Yeah, of course.
Sama ka, bro. Yun. So, what are some struggles or challenges in terms of, because I know internationally we can talk about that, but I think we can talk about Philippines and isolated para mas maintindihan ng community natin. What are the struggles and challenges of logistics in the Philippines?
Okay, so Philippines, yung bansa natin, is an archipelago. So it's made up of over 7,000 islands. So yun yung challenge there. The challenge there is yung inter-island or domestic transportation. Kasi we really need to build infrastructure to reach yung mga far-flung areas and yung mga islands. So second challenge is yung ineffective infrastructure. Right now. But as we can see naman, nag-develop naman yung infrastructure for the past few years. Diba? Yung mga bridges, yung mga probinsya, natatayo na. So, yun yung number one na, yung napaka-importante nun is infrastructure for local, not just for the whole country, but even sa local logistics as well. Para mas madali yung transportation ng goods. Yun yung galaw ng ekonomiya ng bansa. So, yun lang yung napapansin namin right now. Yun yung nakita namin ngayon right now na challenges sa Philippines.
So, just to add to that, a lot of people don't know this, pero very centralized yung importing natin here in the Philippines. A lot of people think na if you have a shipment from another country, you can ship it directly to Davao or Cebu. No. Actually, that's not the case. Kasi actually, dami namin customers Nag-inquire in those in Visayas, in Mindanao. That's not the case. Usually, what happens in the Port of Manila, yun yung mga big vessels. Ito yung parang, kasi natin. Ito yung largest port natin. So, itong mga big shipments natin, mga big vessels natin, yun yung basically bagsakan natin. Kasi, number one, yun lang yung nag-aalaw ng actually big shipments. And number two, yung demand for those containers. As much as we want to actually, punta kami sa Banda Mindanao, Visayas, if you think about it, itong mga shipping lines na to, wala namang ruta doon. Or, probably, they have, pero iba yung commodity nila. So, ito yung mga hindi medyo, hindi pa masyadong aware yung mga tao about it. Kasi, pag isipin mo, ganito yan just to really expand on it, itong mga container lines na to, ang nangyayari dyan is, kunyari, from different countries yan. Bigyan natin Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, ganyan. Kunyari, ang product mo is or ang shipping line mo is ganito kalaki yung ship mo. Hindi naman yan pwede mag-back lang sa ganito. Kasi, ang customs natin, centralized natin. So, hindi naman yan pwedeng dumiretso lang doon. Tapos, i-unload niya yung products just for that certain lugar. Kaya usually, what happens, ang ginagawa niyan is sabihin natin Singapore, yung mga malalaking trading ports ng Singapore, Hong Kong, China. It goes to Metro Manila, and then from Metro Manila, it's distributed all over the country. So, ano yung impact nun sa atin? Kunyari, at the customer, no? If you're from Davao, syempre, magta-transshipment ka pa. Sabihin, mag-ship ka pa from Metro Manila to your country. So, nangyayari, nagiging dalawa yung nagiging shipping cost mo. So, if you think about it, alam mo, kung Manila to Mindanao, halos magkasing layo wala hanggang Taiwan. Di ba? Oo. So, in the logistics sense, yun yung mga parang nagiging reasons bakit may mahal when we're trying to import. Maganda naman sa amin is we provide a door-to-door service. So, kahit na nasa Mindanao ka, sa Visayas ka, we can ship it to you. Pero, syempre, of course, you have to cover some of the fees. We do subsidize some of it, pero kasi if you think about it, minsan nga, mas mahal pa ang local logistics natin kaysa sa international logistics. Kasi air na to eh. Yung mga ibang places, hindi mo naman pwedeng ibarko rin. Kasi kung binarko mo, magdadaong rin yun sa Cebu or sa big ports talaga. Sa mga ganun rin. So, different shipment rin talaga.
Yes.
Yun yung hiligan.
Now, I want to ask, what are some unique insights that you can share for the Philippine industry in the logistics scene? You know, yung mga hindi usually alam ng mga tao.
Okay. So, good question, Nick. Ito naman more sa importation na lang na insight.
Okay.
Besides sa geopolitical tension with China, di ba, alam naman natin may tension sa West Philippine Sea between China and Philippines. Sila pa rin yung top trade partner natin ever since, no? So for 2023, they accounted for almost 30% of the total imports to Philippines. So that's valued around $30 billion. So sila pa rin yung number one na top import partner natin.
Okay.
So marami pa rin mga industries na heavily dependent sa China to manufacture their products and items.
Tsaka, actually, dami ring raw materials coming from China. So, actually, siguro, sa amin, in our business, raw material accounts for around 60% of our business. So, raw materials, these are textiles, these are, alam mo yung parang starters ng different kinds of products, like for example, wood, or mga claddings, construction, yeah, iba-iba eh. So, akala ng mga tao, pag nag-import ng China, minsan buo na. No? Kasi actually, pag inisip mo, sa Philippines, wala tayong masyadong manufacture actually, in the Philippines. So, wala tayong product. Actually, ang main product natin, ina-export natin is fruits. Like mangoes, buko, yan yung pinakamalaking exports natin. So when it comes to actually raw material and manufacturing, hindi tayo wala tayong manufacturing plants. So, ang maganda dito sa partnerships with Southeast Asia, yung mga countries Southeast Asia, ang nangyayari, yung raw materials, ni-import nila sa atin, minsan, yung raw materials na yan, parang secondary, yung pabuo na siya. Tapos, dito na lang ina-assemble.
Parang soup.
Yeah,
sabihin ko mamaya after your answer.
So, in that sense, a lot of our customers kasi pag iniisip nila, sa China, ito may ibang China yun. No? Ang hindi nila alam, yung raw materials na ini-import natin, actually, all over yan eh. Tapos, ang ginagawa nila minsan sa Philippines.
Yan, ang ganda ng sinabi mo.
So, for our customers there, it will open up, pag ganun yung isip mo sa global trade, it will really open up a lot of doors for you.
Yes.
Hindi naman kailangan product agad.
Yes.
Oh.
100%.
You can start with something. Sabihin nga natin, kunyari, ang family business mo na. Sabihin natin may water refilling station kayo.
Oh.
Diba? Ang pwede mong i-import na, siyempre, yung lalagyan ng water. Yung containers. So, really, sky's the limit, no? When it comes to just really bringing things in.
Paano sila mamimili? Kunwari ako, Pinoy ako pare, gusto ko magnegosyo. I want to get out of the rat race. I've been working. I don't like my job anymore. I'm not happy. Paano sila magsisimula?
I'll answer this. Number one, follow ang cat.
Number one.
Follow ang cat. follow ang cat, ang cat PH on our Facebook and our Instagram. Kasi ang maganda sa business namin rin, we do seminars. Talagang galing ng plug, no? But we do seminars, no? Siguro, ito yung, actually, kanina we were talking about value and serving, kung ano yung pwede namin ibigay. Ito yung ginagawa namin. No? We demystify yung importing and we actually teach our customers how to really start importing. Para to give you a broader sense or bigyan natin ng example, si Nikki, kaya niya explain kung paano yung pinari. From zero siya. Kasi maganda yung experience ni Nikki from zero.
Okay, so if for example, ikaw as a person, aspiring entrepreneur, so mag-start, import ng product, start a business, number one that you have to do is, of course, maghanap ka ng supplier. And maraming mga e-commerce marketplaces na pwedeng pag-source ng supplier. So one of which, or yung most famous, is yung Alibaba. Okay? So yung Alibaba naman is more of a B2B marketplace. So aware ka dun, Mick, kasi parang before nag-explore ka din doon. Diba? So yun yung magandang start to look for suppliers. And then once na nakapaghanap ka ng supplier mo, the next step is to bring in the product. So yung ina-advise namin to our clients, yung mga first importers, magpadala muna ng sample. Okay, so sa Angkat naman, we offer sea and air freight. So for samples, we encourage them, pa-air freight yung muna para mabilis yung dating. Tapos when it arrives here, check the quality. If pumasa dun sa quality control nyo, that's the time that you can order the items in bulk na. Okay, so very important is check the quality first. Tapos, establish your relationship with your suppliers. Kasi when you establish your relationship with your suppliers, they can give you incentives or they can give you flexibility in terms of payment options or payment terms. So that's number one. That's number two. And then, once na nakapaghanap na kayo ng supplier, the next step nun is you need to find a reliable forwarder. So doon na kami papasok.
Yun.
Oo. So si client, papadala lang, sasabihan lang si supplier na, hey, send these items to this warehouse, sa warehouse namin. And then from there, kami na bahala mag-handle ng importation straight to our Manila warehouse, or we can arrange the delivery to your office or warehouse.
Yes.
Ganun kadali. Sige. Now it's time for Scoop, though. I've been working with Angkat for almost a year, more than a year now.
I think more than 2 years now.
More than 2 years. And guys, what I want to say is, firstly, on a macro level, Scoop was born Filipino, but is not meant to stay here, and we want to go international. Of course, gusto natin ipakita what we have, the talent that we have here overseas. And that's why we always say creativity is a work in progress. And that's why we constantly evolve, constantly change our materials, our raw materials, which, hey, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Sometimes we get our raw materials from China. If our quality here in the Philippines doesn't match the one that needs to be reached. Kasi sa totoo lang, yung concept na pag nabili mo sa China, pag made in China, pangit yan. That's absolutely not true. And bigyan ko na lang kayo ng sample setup in a simplest sense kung paano kami nakikipag tie up with Angkat PH. Napaka-automated ng process. So we get our raw materials. For example, meron kaming jacket na gustong buo. Here, syempre as much as possible, majority of what we do is made in the Philippines. Of course, we want to support our Filipino laborers as well, so that our economy grows, and we want to uplift the, of course, pay right at the same time. Even though the labor here is affordable and we want to capitalize on that, syempre, kailangan ng SSS Pag-ibig PhilHealth. Everyone needs to eat and everyone needs to abide by the government. And so, how was the setup exactly? Kunwari, itong jacket na to, kailangan ng patch. Kunwari, itong simple patch na to. Tapos yung patch na to, hindi namin magawa dito locally. Yung quite the specific na requirement na pinaka-technical na parang wavy yung dating or kailangan very precise. Kasi in retail, what do you call it? The devil is in the details. That's what they say. And that's how you stand out from the rest as well. Because we don't just buy clothes and brand it. That's one thing about Scoop that I want the community to know. We would never do that. For the purpose of we want to really give you guys the best products. That's the main reason also why ang tagal namin mag-produce ng products is every product has meaning, has purpose, and pinag-isipan. And every time nagkukulang kami, parang nag-usap kami ni Kyra, our head of production, where do we source this type of fabric so that we can achieve this type of quality? Hey, sino kausapin namin? These guys. These guys can give us advice.
We do sourcing as well.
Give us sourcing as well. Sino yung pwede kausapin? Meron ba tayong kilala na supplier in Taiwan or, I don't know, Korea and China. So we're not just limited to what we have here in the Philippines, because here is what I want to share with you guys. Honestly, in the Philippines, we are not complete in everything. I'm trying to be very careful here kasi I don't want to step on someone's toes. Hindi tayo kompleto pagdating sa
machinery.
Yeah, there you go. Raw materials
and machinery.
Yeah. So therefore, Angkat is here to bring us the quality that we want in Scoop. And that's everything I wanted to say.
Tsaka, don't get us wrong, hindi naman kami Chinese. Hindi kami nilalaki sa farm. Hindi kami nilalaki sa farm. Medyo sakit lang kami, pero... But yeah, I mean, sa Angkat naman, hindi naman kami, pro-China lang na ito lang yung pwede yung pag-import. So, ang vision talaga namin dito, so what we do in Angkat is really make it borderless.
Yes.
No? Yung international trade, make it borderless. Parang like what Shopee did for traditional stores to their customers, diba naging seamless. So we want that for the international trade. So yung B2B natin, so for example, before, kasi ang gagawin mo pa is dadaan ka pa sa customs, dadaan ka pa dadaanan. Ngayon, ang vision namin for Angkat is really to make everything borderless. So kunyari may in-order ka from, sabihin natin, Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, rather than going through all these processes of just try to bring that product in. We legally bring it in, pero we make it easier for you. Ang gagawin mo lang is basically register and then kami na bahala dun sa may backend. So, sa amin yung parang making it borderless, making the world interconnected and making it borderless. Yun yung parang vision namin.
Yeah. Exactly. That's always been our objective when we started. To connect borders. No? Kasi, of course, we're all for uplifting our economy. Pero, at the same time, we want to open up the borders for our local, yung mga kababayan natin, aspiring. No? To make it easier for them to source items from other countries and start their dreams.
Tama.
Diba? So, we connect borders. We do that for you, and we make it seamless and simple, so you can focus on what's important.
Yes.
The business and whatever you specialize in.
Tsaka may pa ako dyan. Tsaka siguro sa updates na lang yun kasi meron kami exciting news.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre, kung of course nag-import tayo, eventually. Diba? Mamaya. Stay tuned.
Mamaya. Stay
I-ano
tuned.
natin yung updates natin for a
Oo.
Sige.
Ito maganda, no?
Sige.
So, we constantly keep improving, di ba? And on that umbrella of topics,
Yeah.
ito kay Nick ito ask, no? For, in terms of innovation and technology, how has it exactly impacted the logistics and forwarding industry?
Good question, Mick. Actually, yung innovation in technology, meron siyang significant impact on logistics industry. Not just in logistics, maraming areas din, but for the sake of this topic, for logistics, like let's say AI.
AI.
Diba?
Oo.
Yun yung hot term ngayon, AI, hot technology. AI can help logistics in terms of automation, warehouse management, route planning. So, because of that, mas ma-reduce it can help reduce the costs and make your operations more efficient. Also, blockchain. Di ba? Yan yung mga...
What is blockchain?
Blockchain is it's like a fundamental network. No? So, for example, we've heard blockchain because of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So, every crypto, may kanya-kanya siyang blockchain network. And may kanya-kanya use yan. For Ethereum, it has its own blockchain. You can make smart contracts on top of that and applications.
Mm-hmm.
For Bitcoin, they call it the Bitcoin blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
No? So, yung blockchain naman is, in terms of logistics, it can help in terms of transparency and security.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, pwede kang gumawa dyan ng smart contract. If you're not aware of smart contracts, yan yung mga self-executing na contract. Ma-automate mo siya.
Mm-hmm.
So, isi-set up mo lang yan, tapos mag-self-execute yan. No? So, yun yung nakita namin na in terms of AI and blockchain na makakatulong sa logistics industry. Transparency, security, para to minimize fraud and errors. Tapos sa AI naman, route management, warehouse, route planning, para mag-reduce yung cost and to make your operations more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
So, marami nang gumagawa nun. Ina-apply nila yung mga technology na yan sa logistics industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sa Philippines, kami ni Enzo, we envision in the next 10 years to be technology-driven and integrated.
Wow. Grabe.
Actually, ano nga eh. Pwede ba, ano na eh.
Pwede ba ako magkwento?
Sige, go.
Before mo sabihin, na kanina, off-cam, bro, sabi ni Enzo sa akin, alam mo si ChatGPT, pwede mong kausapin. Alam mo bro, sabi mo, hey ChatGPT, I'm sad today.
Oo, grabe
Tapos,
na, no?
nag-reply siya. Sabi niya parang, oh, how can I help you not be sad today? Sabi ko, what?
Yes.
Pwede may ganon?
May alam mo yung, di ba? Have you seen the movie Her? Kay Joaquin Phoenix?
You should see it.
Si Scarlett Johansson yung, para siyang, meron siyang device. Tapos,
Ginawa niya girlfriend.
ginawa niya si Her. Oo, di ba parang yun nangyari sa chat. Na-in love siya dun sa AI. So, parang yun yung...
Grabe, no?
Paano yun? Single ako, baka pwede ko nga.
Hindi mo na kailangan ng wingman nun.
Hindi na. Hindi ko na kailangan si Enzo, which is single din. Okay. So yun, grabe. We really do live in an AI world and people have to catch up.
True.
People have to catch up. I have to catch up myself.
Yeah.
And Enzo, you were saying something.
Yeah. So sa atin naman, actually sa application natin, the past 2-3 years, we've been investing in a lot of our tech already. So sa application here in our business and here in the Philippines, what we've done is we've actually given our customers CRM. So this is a customer resource management system. So ang maganda nun, our customers can log in to our website, tapos makita nila yung shipping status ng mga shipments nila, pati lahat ng napadala nila. So we give them yung parang data, tsaka yung dashboard nila makita mo, for this pala, ito na pala yung nagastos ko, ito na pala yung na-import ko, ito pala yung mga dates na na-import ko. So, and we envision talaga really, kasi ang galing ng partner din namin ng Tech eh. Not just yung for the customer side, pero sa operational side. Yung kwento nga ni Nikki, warehouse management, yung pag-automate ng mga payments, pag-automate rin ng mga sending, even yung sending invoices, pati yung pag-remind sa customers, no?
Just to add yung demand forecasting din.
Yes, demand forecasting.
Wow, grabe yung magawa yun.
Yes.
Nangyayari na siya ngayon. Parang yung AI, yung technology ng AI na nakakatulong siya sa pag-forecast ng demand, how much inventory you need for the next couple of months.
We need that.
So,
We need that.
siguro yung ipoprovide, we will try to provide to our customers as well. Yung parang tawag dyan, insights eh. Di ba, pag kunyari may dashboard kay insights.
Yeah.
Ito pala yung madami kong season, ito pala yung malakas kong season, ito pala. Kasi, ang maganda kasi sa tech is it gives you data. No?
Definitely.
And the way we want to go about our business as well is we want to be data-driven. Data-driven, of course, but also we want to be relational because, of course, business is relational. But data-driven in terms of tech and ano yung pwedeng value na makuha ng customer from those dashboards. So, really investing in tech, really investing in moving forward. Saka, yung integration ng mga AI saka mga management systems, mga ERP systems na kung may nag-i-invest mo talaga.
See, talagang we can't, hindi tayo pwede tumigil in learning all of these things.
So,
And once you stop, sorry, you will go out of business. You will go out of business.
You have to
And
adapt.
You have to adapt. You have to adapt and be consistent and resilient. That's one of my personal values. No, grabe. Imagine you can automate the route planning, the transparency, the security, minimize fraud errors, everything that you said. Galing. So, moving forward in 10 years ahead, no, how do you guys see the future of logistics here in the Philippines? Ano na yung magiging itsura? How exactly are we closely connected? Since we're closely connected to China right now, as you said nga, no, borderless na tayo, not just China, but with Taiwan, etc. Where are we going? Saan tayo pupunta?
Siguro in terms of we envision the logistics industry in the Philippines for the next 10 years to be more integrated and technology driven. It's like we mentioned a while ago. Integrated in terms of technology like AI, blockchain, and then also the ease of connecting with different freight partners from different countries globally. Also, yung continued infrastructure na ginagawa ng gobyerno natin for our country. So, I think kung meron man kami may envision, yun yung isa sa pinaka-importante, yung infrastructures to be developed sa bansa natin. Kasi if you go to other countries, yung mga first world countries, nakita mo naman how excellent and how strong yung infrastructure nila, di ba? From public transportation to flyovers, to buildings, to skyscrapers. So, yun yung importante, to build a really strong infrastructure para magkaroon ng daan, yung logistics. Diba? Kailangan you have to pave the way first.
Yes.
Para makarating yung shipment mo. This is super simple. Para makarating yung shipment mo from point A to point B.
Saka, also just to add to that, I don't think we have to really look far pa. In a logistics sense, if we actually look at Amazon, what they're moving towards is, of course, the integrated AI, even robots. Ngayon, ang labanan kasi, nakakatawa kasi ang labanan ngayon is same-day delivery.
Oo eh.
Di ba? Yun oo eh. So, right now, yun nga sabi ni Nikki, limited kasi tayo sa same-day delivery kasi nga, meron tayong limitations when it comes to the infrastructure. Pero, probably, hopefully, in 10 years, that is possible. Kasi they've actually done that in the US.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, they have spread warehouses in Amazon. Tapos they also have localized warehouses. So even if nakita mo, ang in-order mo, kala mo nasa LA, tapos sa New York ka, and usually it takes the whole, what they do is when you order, akala mo from LA, dito lang pala i-dispatch. So nakuha nila in a same day situation. For the Philippines, ang pwede natin magawa sa ganyan is really putting in infrastructure, more airports, more ports, bigger ports, no? Just to process the customs handling. Kasi actually, limitations natin is the processing of yung parang releasing of those mga containers. Kasi limited tayo kasi hindi pa siya integrated na parang kunyari I was there in the logistics conference in Singapore, yung tao, they can actually go directly to the customs. In a sense na online lang lahat, they can actually integrate their APIs into so sa customs.
API integrate.
Oo, may API integration sila. So sabi ko, grabe, what transparency can bring.
Yeah.
Sabi nila, ang iniisip kasi natin is pag kunyari, transparent, baka medyo mas madami tayong kailangan gawin. Pero eventually, they went to the birthing pains of it. Now, it's so, parang na siyang seamless. No? If you have a business or if you're a freight forwarder, you can directly connect to their system. Now, yung processing mo, parang tawag dyan sa amin sa SGS. SGS is basically parang yun yung guarantee na all the shipments that goes through your company is safe. Parang bang ISO siya.
Ano yung ISO?
Parang international standard for operation.
Okay.
So, yung ganon, it would allow us to actually make it quicker for releasing. Kasi ngayon, isipin mo, dadating lang dito. Ito, insights rin to. Ang shipment natin, dumadating dito in siguro mga 3 to 5 days na. Pero, we give leeways and SLAs kasi matagal syempre yung releasing. Now, of course, gate transparent, delivery, local logistics. So, if ma-cut down natin yung talaga, in terms of just putting more infrastructure and better systems, talagang maybe we can provide in the next 10 years same-day delivery internationally.
Grabe.
Yun yung grabe.
That's a dream. Alam mo, natatawa lang ako kasi I am a loyal client of Angkat.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Thank you.
Talagang loyal. And, meron kaming group chat, di ba? Meron kaming group chat and lahat sila, syempre lahat ng tao magkakilala. Tapos ang lagi kong tanong, nasa na?
Yeah.
Nasa na? And syempre meron kaming complete transparency kung nasa na. And we have our dashboard. Angkat has their own dashboard kung where is it, sailings, arrival, etc. But, ito medyo frustrating meaning ko pag nasasabi sa akin ni Nikki or who else in the team, nandito na sa Pilipinas, nandun na sa port. Tapos, okay, sige, so ibig sabihin maghihintay lang ako. Tapos, 1 week after, Nikki, kamusta na? Kasi nandun pa rin.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, okay. So, ibig sabihin nun, we're at the mercy of the customs.
Pero in fairness sa customs natin, they're doing everything they can. They're surpassing their targets month on month, year on year. And more importantly, na-release na yung shipments. Okay? Yung mga instances kasi na tumatagal sa BOC, sa customs, seasonal yan. Minsan, maraming factors, just to give you an idea, is congested yung port. Kasi, December, peak season, iba naman, maraming natatingga doon dahil hindi nababayaran yung tamang taxes, mali yung dokumento. So, maraming factors, which, for Angkat, a freight forwarder like us, may mga conditions na outside of our scope, in our control, when it comes to that. But, we try our best to expedite the shipments and prioritize the shipments under our, the shipments that we facilitate.
Actually, throughout the times that I was working with you guys are also in touch with the Bureau of Customs. Actually, I'm not very knowledgeable with the BOC. Pero I know na dumadaan kayo with those people. See how seamless it is. I don't even have to deal with that because that's supposed to be the least of my problems, which is what I really like about Angkat. So, hey, props to customs. Well, props to Pro Customs and Angkat. Kasi wala akong
Wala, hindi na alam yun eh. Kami na yung
That's not my problem anymore.
Yun yung maganda, like yung problema na yun, yung headache na yun, we take care of that. So inaalis namin yung mga complications and headache for our clients.
True.
And then we take care of that. Since
Thank you.
yung solutions namin is end-to-end, from custom clearances to last mile delivery.
Mhm.
And then hintayin mo na lang yung shipment mo. So we really have to work hand in hand talaga with customers. And we appreciate and we're thankful na they're doing a good job.
Yes, yes. I guess there are the last two things that I want to ask you guys. What is something that the community can actually look forward to with Angkat PH?
There are a lot of exciting things, no, for the next for this quarter and for the next couple of months. So one of which is yung we're continuously developing our freight system, both on the back end and the front end, to make our operations more efficient and then to provide a more seamless experience for our clients like Mick and Scoop. So yung importation journey nila would be more seamless and easier. So we've been working hard on that for the past couple of months, and we're excited to share it with you and to our clients as early as this quarter.
Also, actually, more locations, no?
More regions.
More regions, more locations. Ang target namin siguro by the next year is, actually by this year, no? Is to actually get Japan as well. So this is very exciting kasi a lot of people have been asking for Japan. I talked to our partner recently and we're just siguro in the works, finalizing yung ganyan. Also, ang maganda, ang ginagawa pa namin ngayon is when it comes to our partners na ganyan, same time frame din natin.
Yeah.
So ang ginagawa namin talaga dyan is kung ano yung expect nyo sa shipments nyo right now, yun pa rin yung makakuha ng service from our other regions. Also, we will have an exporting line. So that's one of the big news that we want to announce. Since we're already importing, we're in the business of importing as well, and empowering, we want to empower the local Filipinos who are here in the Philippines. So we partner up, of course, ourselves, but we partner up with another partner that would allow us to export our products, be able to sell it outside of the country. So if you're looking to just also, kasi syempre, pag pumunta dito tapos walang demand, diba? Pwedeng ibenta outside of the country. So we will help you with our exporting, pati yung documentation, selling, be able to be in platforms in other countries. And talagang gawin yung Philippines global. You know? Really empower the Filipinos to be able to actually bring our products outside of the country. Hindi lang, oo, hindi lang dito talaga. Kasi syempre pag dito lang, of course, we have a local demand. Pero yung demand for the global trade, grabe.
Yeah. Also, yung objective talaga namin is to connect borders. So that's why yun talaga yung we want to add more regions. Lalo na yung mga countries na mataas yung demand for importation to the Philippines. So we could also accommodate yung ganung regions.
Which is why we're completely in line. Kasi Scoop wants to be international. Not just wants, plans to be international. So, wow, lots of great things from Angkat. Really, really exciting things. And guys, I think that pretty much wraps up our talk about importation, logistics, forwarding, and all of the things in between.
Thank you guys. If you want to check us out, you can follow our socials in Facebook and Instagram. Just search Angkat PH. And then please feel free to reach out. And then so we could, guide you and with your importation journey. So thank you so much, Scoop community. Thank you so much, Mick, for having us today.
Thank you, Mick.
We really appreciate your time. And
Can you shout out your socials para they can follow you?
Sige. Ano ba? LinkedIn ba or Instagram? So my LinkedIn is Enzo Marfal. So ang picture ko ata doon right now is parang black and white. I think, Nikki, what's your LinkedIn?
So my socials are private. So hindi siya. But yeah, you can also search me on LinkedIn as well, Nikki Sombero.
Yes.
We can chat there, you can reach out. And
Tsaka, if they have any questions, actually, mag-comment kayo dito sa YouTube. Tapos, we'll have our customer service answer your questions dito
Yes.
sa clip na to mismo. Para mas madali sa inyo.
yes. And anytime naman you can reach us out sa Angkat. Kasi kami ni Enzo, minsan kami din sumasagot dun sa inquiries.
Oo.
Ng customer service. So kami din yung makakausap nyo.
O yun,
Oo.
di ba?
Minsan, sinecheck rin namin kasi
Yes.
gusto namin makita yung communication.
I hope you guys enjoyed and got some value and actually are inspired to put up maybe your own small business, no matter how small. I believe Angkat PH will be here to help you guys as they are helping Scoop as well right now. And I would like to just ask you guys personally to just, if you gain somewhat of a value here, just like a minute value or anything, just please do hit the subscribe button or even a comment or a like on how we can improve everything that we have here that's going on, because of course we want to improve the podcast as well, and we want to give you guys as much value as we can with every guest that we have. And that's everything, guys. Own it with Scoop. Thank you for making it up until the end of this video.